In 1950, a new aircraft entered the combat arena over Korea, the MiG-15. Since the beginning of the Korean War, the Soviet Union had sent its own special units of aircraft and pilots into China to assist the North Korean Air Force in their war with the South and the US. Officially, Soviet Air Force planes were not in Korea, and the pilots were forbidden to cross into enemy territory in case they were shot down and captured and the secret was out. It could have triggered World War III if open fighting developed between United Nations aircraft and Soviet fighters. Owing its swept wing to German aerodynamics and its power plant to Rolls-Royce technology, the single-seat MiG-15 completely outclassed American types. Armed with a single 37mm and two 20mm cannon, the MiG-15 was tough and highly maneuverable. On the 18th of November 1952, US Navy Lieutenant Royce Williams and his wingman were part of a combat air patrol above the Sea of Japan during a B-29 bomber strike on an industrial complex near the North Korea-USSR border. Williams' aircraft carrier formed part of Task Force 77 and had to be protected from any retaliatory attacks by the North. Williams and his wingman were flying Grumman F9F Panther carrier fighters. The Grumman Panther was inferior in most respects to the MiG-15. Williams and the rest of the combat air patrol were at 12,000 feet when 7 bogies were seen at 50,000 feet. The MiGs were heading for their home base at Vladivostok. Williams and his wingman decided to intercept, even though completely outclassed. The Americans climbed to 26,000 feet, but the Soviet aircraft suddenly broke into two formations. One group came straight at the two Americans from 10 o'clock, firing, while the other 3 MiGs circled and tried to bracket them. Williams turned sharply into the attacking Soviet aircraft and the 4 MiGs shot over and missed. Williams pulled hard left and lined up on MiG number 4. He fired a short burst and the MiG went down, followed by Williams' wingman. Williams was now alone and facing 6 MiG-15s. Williams used all his skills to prevent any of the MiGs from getting behind him. Suddenly, 3 of the MiGs broke contact and powered away, Williams' Panther too slow to follow. One MiG turned and made an attack out of the sun. The other 2 had also made their turn and were coming for him. Williams turned into their attack, their cannon shells missing, then fired at the second attacking MiG, which was hit and disappeared out of sight on fire. Another MiG came round and Williams managed to get his sights on him and fired. The MiG blew up, Williams narrowly avoiding the massive fireball. Seconds later, Williams was tracking a smoking MiG he was trying to finish off when he looked back and saw another Soviet plane coming in. He wove and jigged to foul the Soviets' aim, but a burst of fire found the Panther, hitting a wing and the engine. His ailerons and rudder useless, he managed to pull up hard, cannon shells roaring past his canopy as he did so, and dived into cloud cover and headed back to his aircraft carrier. He performed an extremely hazardous carrier landing, and later his severely damaged aircraft was pushed over the side. Lieutenant Williams is credited with 4 Soviet MiG-15 kills. But he was warned never to speak of the incident for fear of escalating the Korean War into World War III. After the Cold War ended in 1991, the Russian government confirmed that Williams had downed 4 of their pilots, including their names. It was an amazing achievement for a lone pilot in an inferior aircraft to have engaged MiG-15s and won so many aerial victories. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share. See the description in the box below about how to support my channel on Patreon and PayPal.